Here's timelines. Timelines. So you've seen part one, you've seen part two. Hopefully, it makes life easier to if you've seen those two in terms of understanding what I'm trying to say. So when you consider timelines, when I say that incompatibility is related to timelines, is because when you first start this journey, you are unaware of who you are or what you are. Right? So you accept any kind of, based on your kind of like your trauma, which is your own dream, which I don't want to go there, but yeah, essentially there are no victims. Yeah. It's your own dream. Okay. So based on that, it shapes you as you go into the open world and how you interact with reflections and projections of the one. So it starts off by not knowing who and what you are, your value. When I say your value, because everybody's super valuable anyway. But it only comes when you're living in truth and in alignment with yourself. If you're not doing that, you're not valuable. You're actually worthless. You're like meat. Meat rots, okay? Meat is not worth anything. So when you first start and you're kind of like going down the journey, you accept the bare minimum, yeah? So, and you settle and you will agree with things you shouldn't really agree with because your authentic self is still screaming behind the scenes like, that's, red flags, alarm bells, all the rest of it. So you accept them. But as you kind of like carry on ascending, climbing the ladder, right? You start to realize, okay, that's not for me. That's not the stuff I want. And you kind of compile a list, yeah, of flesh-based or low vibrational, because low vibrational for flesh-based is the same thing. The flesh state is dense, so it's low vibrational. You compile a list of low vibrational things that you just don't want in your energy, right? So that becomes your incompatibility. So if you imagine a long row of mirrors, yeah, and the mirrors are kind of like stacked upwards, so as you climb the ladder, you see this image. You might settle there for a little while and you might think, actually, that's not in alignment with who I am. I'm not going to accept that, or that's not who, whatever. Then you keep ascending. So you collect the token, like, actually, that's not something I want to experience again. So as you get to a certain point in life and you're seeking and you come across a reflection that has any of the traits that you've experienced before, yeah, those flesh-based, skin suit-based, low vibrational energies, you see them and you recognize that as incompatibility. Because in a previous timeline, you've already experienced it. Yeah, you've already experienced it. So that connection has already been made, or it shouldn't be made. From a consciousness standpoint, that's why you get the red flags and you get the sensations and stuff like that. If you force yourself to settle, you force yourself to end up in a situation, a relationship that you know is not in alignment with your authentic self, you're going to experience hell. Let me just tell you that off rip. I've been there. Trust me, you will experience hell. Yeah, cool. So then the next question is, well, what about the physical things that you are under, that might not work for you or whatever? Again, if you are basing your attraction on physicality, that alone answers the question. You're living in flesh. Because what difference does it make if the person's 6'6"? They can get hit by a car tomorrow and become paraplegic. Then what happens? Is that when you leave? Because you are in love with the body, not the essence. Is it because she's got an hourglass shape and she looks this way and her tits are like that and her boobs are like that and her butt's like that? What if she contracts a virus tomorrow, which completely fucking eats her up from the inside, or cancer, loses her hair and all the rest of it? Then what happens? Is that when you leave? So attachment to the story, yeah, attachment to the body, the flesh, the low vibrational stuff. It's just pain, bro. Seeking in itself is pain. So not only are you seeking, you're seeking, but you're attached to stories, and then you're even, it's just a lot, guys, man. The relationship stuff and the recklessness with our sexual organs, and the recklessness in relationships, and, you know, forced, settled, you know, doing it for people's attention, validation, all the rest of it. All that stuff is crap, bro. It can't make it into the next dimension, bro. It can't. It cannot. It cannot. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. So yeah, that's it.